a word. So then I had a look at it, and we'll in this presentation we'll go over the basic details like concept, the participants in the securitization concept, process, problems faced, and some other nitty-gritty if we have the time. So first of all, what is the concept of securitization? It is a process of repackaging and rebundling of illiquid assets into marketable securities. When I read this first time, I didn't understand it either. So what it basically means is there is a lender who has a lot of assets. For example, a bank, they have got a lot of assets, home loan, car loan, etc. They bundle it off and they sell it into smaller packages. For example, if somebody is looking for investment, a big company, they would be looking for investment of 10 crores, 20 crores, 50 crores, right? Nobody is looking for investment of 500 crores, 600 crores. So but the lenders, they are basically looking for investors who can give them 500 crores and so on. So securitization, this matches this the need of the lender and the need of the investors by bringing them together. So who are the people who are the part of the securitization process? So there are two types of participants. We have the primary participants and the secondary participants. The primary participants are, first of all, it's the lender, the one who has the assets. For example, it could be a bank, then a bank has the assets. The process was originally brought in by Citibank it was brought in by United States in the 1970s. At that time, the banks had a lot of assets. They had a lot of car loans, they had a lot of home loans, they had a lot of credit card borrowings, but they did not have free cash. On the other end of the spectrum, there were insurance companies. They had a lot of cash, but they could not generate any income on the same. So how did they do about it? So they came up with this idea. We will give you the assets, you give us the cash. We can generate more business, and you can get some revenue. That's where the concept came from. So the primary participants are the primary participants are the primary participant. First of all, is the originator. Is the lender, the bank who has the assets. Then the originator, he basically offloads his assets. I mean, I cannot do it on my own, right? So I take all my assets together, I put it into a new company. It could be a company, firm, partner, LLP, etc. anything. That is called a special purpose vehicle. Then there is the investors. Investors are the people who give the money. They are the one who bring the liquidity to the system. Then we have the secondary participants. Secondary participants are the enablers. They are obligers. Obligers, the people who borrow, for example, home loan borrower, car loan borrower, credit card borrower, then the rating agency. When we buy something, we want something that has a good brand value, right? Louis Philippe, Adidas, etc. So when it comes to securities, the rating agencies, they give them the brand names, AA, A. So higher rated a company, the more secure it is. Then we have receiving and paying agent. These are the facilitators who take money from the obligers and give it to the investors. Then we have the credit enhancer. When we make a deal, and if we are indecisive, we want something to make us decide, right? So sweeten the deal, so as to say. So the credit enhancer, they help the same. For example, if you are as an investor are hesitant, should I invest or not? Then I, as an enhancer, will say, okay, fine. If you are worried, then I'll give my own personal guarantee, corporate guarantee. Or there is a third party, he will give additional bonds or more collateral. So it's basically sweetens the deal. Then we have the structurer. Structure, this is the reason why I chose this topic for today. Who is the structurer? We could be the structurers. Sir said those books are about 1 crore, 2 crores, right? So maybe with this we could add more value. Investment bankers. There are so many participants over here, right? Who brings them all together? They don't know each other. So it's the job of the investment bankers, which could be us. So they bring all the people together. They structure the deal, they structure the transaction, and they bring the whole thing into fruition. Okay, now the process. So the process is basically short and simple. First of all, the lender creates a pool of assets. I, as a bank, give out home loans, I give out car loans, I give out credit card loans. Then I take them all together, take them off my balance sheet, and put them into special purpose vehicle. From there, all of them are put under SPV. I break them into small chunks and sell them to the investors who are interested. After that, the assets in the SPV, it needs to be administered, but it can be done by the SPV itself. Recourse to originator. This is very important part of it because when the assets are sold, it can be sold in two ways. One is recourse, other is without recourse. In case of recourse, the investor, if the obliger doesn't pay, the investor can claim the funds from the lender. In case of without recourse, they cannot claim the funds. Okay. Then we have repayment of funds. These assets are self-liquidating. Obligers pay the money, and it's paid, and in due course it is repaid. Then credit trading of instruments. It's not compulsory, but it enhances the value. Now, instruments of securitization. I guess I'm out of time for this. It's basically three types. First of all, it takes directly from the obligors and pays directly to the investor. There is no intermediary, but it is not regular. For example, if somebody prepays the loan, then the investment is liquidated earlier. In pay through security, the repayment and receivables both are structured. For example, I'll say you can have the securities for 10 crores, I'll pay 1 crore each year. And if this way, both of us are assured. I know I have to pay 1 crore each year, and you know you will be receiving 1 crore each year. Then there is the stripped securities. The principal and interest component of a loan, they can be paid separately. For example, you are interested in interest and you are interested in principal, so you can both take it. Benefits of securitization. Now, okay. So now, why would anybody want to go into all this, right? So the securitization basically has benefits to both the originator. First, I get off-balance sheet fundings. I do not need to worsen my ratios to borrow funds. Then I can focus on my core business. I do not need to know कि मैं पैसे कहाँ से borrow करूँगा. वो अपने आप आते रहेंगे. मैं अपना business focus करूँगा and my financial ratios improve and my borrowing cost is improved because it is cheaper than equity capital and other things. And investor diversification of risk, regulatory portfolio हमारा manage होता है and protection against default. So that's all. Thank you.